Amazing film history. We're going to go back more than 100 years to a moment that changed cinema forever.
You killed my partner, punk. I'm taking you in.
There's nothing like an action movie to get the adrenaline pumping. But if you think this kind of picture was born in Hollywood, think again.
Movie experts reckon the first action movie was made here in Sheffield over 100 years ago, more than a decade before Hollywood became the capital of world film production.
At the turn of the 20th century, these streets were the home of a firm of photographers called the Sheffield Photo Company. With their still photography, they were already at the forefront of an exciting new industry. But they were also on the brink of becoming part of filmmaking history.
It was 1903 when the company released its first moving picture production. Called A Daring Daylight Burglary, it was a tale of crime, violence, revenge, and justice prevailing.
We see a burglar forcing open the shutters and then the window of the house, and that happens to be the window you can see behind me.
We're actually on location. These are the windows in the film.
Yes, and above us the roof. A young boy runs to fetch the police. A fight then ensues on the roof of the building, very dramatic fight, and a policeman is thrown to his serious injury, possibly death. I think at the time that would have felt very realistic to people and quite shocking.
And was it a hit?
Yes, it was a big hit. The company sold the rights to the film to a gentleman called Charles Urban, and he then distributed it around the world.
So shot in Sheffield, but it conquered the world.
That's it indeed.
The people behind this international hit were the Mottershaw family. Frank Mottershaw Sr. owned the Sheffield Photo Company, but it was his son, Frank Storm Mottershaw, who was the creative force behind the fiction films. In its day, A Daring Daylight Burglary was groundbreaking.
It's all action. It's a non-stop action spectacle, I think.
A cop gets killed, and the other cops go, as it were, not only to catch the villain, but almost to avenge the villain. It's a theme that's been running for 100 and what's it years.
Oh, yeah. You can see the thread of the story, how that has been expanded upon in countless other films. It's certainly one of the earliest known films to have told a story in this way.
It wasn't just the action that was groundbreaking. The editing of the film took the audience on a journey across a whole city in less than 5 minutes.
Most films before this would have been made up of only 1 or 2 shots. This film, we go to a number of different locations, and the audience has to create the links between those different locations. It's like a very crude form of cinema vocabulary being created.
Do you think it would work with a modern audience?
Yes, I think it would. It's not too far removed from what they see most weeks on the big screen.
Good. Let's go and open the box office. Enjoy the movie? It's quite action-packed.
I don't really know what I was expecting, but I think it had more action in than I thought it would.
You think with sort of old cinema like that, you're not sure what to make of it. Sometimes it might be a bit like not as fast-paced as modern films, but I was quite impressed by it.
And we're especially lucky today because we have a member of the Mottershaw dynasty with us, Frank Sr.'s grandson.
The movement from frame to frame and from shot to shot is so good. It does really stand out and establishes a method which has been used ever since, really.
A Daring Daylight Burglary may have escaped the attention of most modern film fans, but just as its locations endure here in Sheffield, so its impact and influence continues to this day on the silver screen. Now, if you'll excuse me, I better carry on spreading the word.
Lovely.
Brilliant stuff, Giles. And as a tribute to A Daring Daylight Robbery, it's now time for...
1903, of course, and joining us on the sofa